Hi, everybody, and welcome to this stream. A true story, my Mac just crashed 1 minute before I started the stream. So I hope that everything will go well. We'll see. In this stream, we are going to convert an existing PHP unit test suite to Pest. And normally my streams last for probably about an hour or something, but I think will be done much sooner because I've already researched this a little bit. This will not be the first time that we'll be installing Pest in an existing Laravel application. And I can say that, yeah, it's pretty easy. Um, my goal for the stream is to demystify the process for you a little bit. It's just so easy to just get a feeling of Pest and to see if it's something for you. But first, let's start with sharing my screen. Um, like that. This screen, yeah, and you should all see it now. So if you've been following me on Twitter, then you've seen that together with my colleagues, I am currently preparing a new video course on testing Laravel. It's meant for people that haven't tested at all before. So this is basically your one-on-one on testing. So if you're currently testing forms by submitting them manually and seeing if there's something in a database, then this course will help you for sure. But even if you already have some testing knowledge, then I'm pretty sure that this course will help you as well. We share lots of tips and tricks that we use in our own applications. Yesterday, we also launched a free mailing list called Testing Tidbits. And if you subscribe here, you'll get a testing tip every day. Nice. Um, I should also say that the course is almost completed. We'll launch it in September, and we'll not launch it at the end of the September at the end of September, but we'll launch it September 1st. So we're nearly there. I think we only got 5 days between us and the 1st of September, so it's coming. Okay. If there are any questions along the way, let me know in the chat. I'll keep my eye on it and we'll see. Uh, yeah, thanks, Has. I love the design as well. That's all work of my colleague Willem, who's really a crack at this. First question here: is it beneficial to those who have extensive knowledge of testing, I presume? I think so. We show a couple of techniques that might be interesting to those who already are into testing. And if you already know PHP unit, then and want to get to know Pest, then this is also a course for you, as we'll also walk you through all the Pest features that are improvements over PHP unit, let's say. Hola, random. What software are you using to stream? I'm using StreamYard currently, but I'm also looking at another app which I'll be testing in a week or so. Can't remember the name. It's something Christopher Rumpel and Jason McCreary are using as well. Okay, so those are all the questions in the chat. So let's start and trying to convert the test suite to Pest. Um, let's get started with this. If everything is good, I have here a Laravel application, my personal blog, freek.dev, and it already has some Pest test, some PHP unit test. So I'm using a couple of aliases usually to run the test, and I've already converted my p alias to Pest. So that isn't going to work here because Pest isn't installed. But if I run the test manually with vendor bin PHP unit, then everything should be good. Okay, cool. Okay, let's try converting this one to Pest. So let's follow the installation instructions. So we are going to require Pest. Since we are on Laravel, we should also install the Laravel plugin. And what this basically will do is, yeah, make everything that is available by Laravel, it will make it available as a global function as well, because that is a way that you could use the best. So if you use this um, arrow get, then with this plugin, you can use just the global function get. Maybe we'll see an example of that in a minute. So let's do that as well. Now, while that is installing, I'm also going to say I've already done that. That I've installed, where is it? The IDE plugin for Pest. Um, this plugin basically does a lot. It lets PHP Storm understand the magic behind Pest. If you want to know more about that, I've recorded a little video on the plugin, which is available on the plugin page. So you'll find that in the Pest homepage, IDE plugins, PHP Storm. There you see that little movie. Okay, we were here. So on Laravel, we should do pest install here. Yeah, I've already copied it. I've already started a repo, so I'm not going to do that anymore. And let's see what we have here in our tests now. So you can see here that the only file that was created here, let's do a git status to know for sure that it's the only thing that was changed. Yeah. The only thing that was installed was this pest file. And this pest file basically tells to pest which base test case should be used in which directory. So in a normal PHP unit test suite, all your tests extend from a certain test case. The tests in a pest style test suite don't have a base class by default because they are not classes, they are just functions. And here you can specify, hey, if there's still a little setup to be done, just use this class here. So in our case, I can use test case here. So my own test case, yeah, it's this one, it's already the right one. And I'm using test case for everything, not only in feature. And the way that you can do that is by just specifying dir here, and now you're using the test case everywhere. In the pest file, you can also add custom expectations. This may be something I'm going to dive in a little bit later, and some helper functions that you want to use across your tests. But let's dive into that later too. Let's first see if this would already run. So we are going to run pest, so vendor bin pest, and let's see if that works. And all my tests already pass. So Pest is able to just run a PHPUnit test suite, no problems. And in a minute, you'll see that you can mix and match. You can have like a Pest style test suite inside of a test suite that is full of PHPUnit tests. So if you want to get started with Pest, you can just install it and at your own pace convert some of the tests, and all of the other tests, they will just work. And you can see that you already have this beautiful output that is rendered by Pest. Okay. Has here also mentions that he's looking forward to Shift's new feature uh, for converting PHPUnit to Pest. And yeah, me as well. You can convert all the things manually. It's not that hard, but I think that using a shift, yeah, will do a lot of the easy work for you. Much like as you, sure, you can upgrade an existing Laravel application from one version to the other, but why not let automation take care of it? Because yeah, you'll just win the time. I'm a big fan of Shift. I've used it a lot of times on various projects, and I'm pretty sure that Jason will deliver a nice shift for converting PHP unit to Pest as well. But still, I think even though that Shift will do its work fine, it's nice to know what it does, because you might think it's magical, but as you can see, uh, it's not a lot of work um, behind the scenes. Okay, so we are already running all of our tests via Pest. Let's now convert one of these tests to Pest style. So you can see that we have a test here, and it's a very simple one. You can see that we have some setup things going on here, and we have two tests in this file. Okay, let's start converting this. So I've said that Pest tests are not class-based, they are just functions. So we can just get rid of class. We don't need that at all. And of course, these things will fail now because this isn't valid PHP anymore, but let's continue. So we don't need that import as well. The setup method is called differently in Pest. It's called before each. And how it works is you can give that a little closure, and you can just move the stuff from here to there, and that is the equivalent code for that. And yes, you can set instance variables here as well, which can be used in your tests. And you'll even get auto completion. You'll see that in a minute. So we don't need those test annotations, so they can be gone as well. We don't need that public function anymore. How you can say that a test is a test in Pest is just by using the test or it function. Um, I'm going to go for it in this case. And what you can do then is just giving the first parameter, that is the name of your test, like that. And the second parameter is a function in which the test is run, like that. So I think this. And then here I should close off the test. No, it's already good. Did I do something wrong here? Like this function. I should close this, right? Why is this saying that it isn't valid? Expecting statement. Let's format it a little bit to see if I can see it. Ah, here. It's this one. Yeah. Okay. Forgot to remove that one. Like that. Like that. So we just have a function now. Yeah. Um, okay. And I think this is already it. I guess that this should run, but let's see if we can convert some more things. Ah, yeah, I've said that you can just use some classes here. So you can see that if I remove this, that I'll get auto completion on that class. So the Pest plugin actually takes care of this, that everything that you set as an instance variable will be recognized by PHP Storm. So you can just click through to things, even though this file isn't a real test, or isn't a real class, I should say. Um, Here we're using assert equals, but in Pest, there is another way, another preferred way um, to work with assertions, and that is the expectation API. And I think the expectation API is a more human approach than what assertions are doing. Let me explain. So how it works is you have a function expect, and then you give the uh, the variable or whatever where you want to make an expectation about. And here you can chain off one of uh, the expectation functions. So we used assert equals. So I'm going to use to equal, and it should equal this. In my mind, this is much nicer because this is basically just English. Expect the submitted link status to equal this. As this is a little bit, yeah, computery to me. Assert equals this to this. It's not that um, yeah, close to English. And I think that many beginners with testing that they confuse the order of the arguments, that they put the actual here and the expected here. And here you're just guided by the words. So expect this to equal that, which is in my mind better. Okay, so we can remove this. And here we don't really have an assertion. It's just a factory just acting by executing that and just using mail here. And I guess that this should work. You already see that PHPUnit, that the Pest plugin is using this little icon now. So we know that there are pest tests inside that. So let's try it out. So let's run this. And you can see that it just runs. And now we have a mixed test suite where we have PHP unit test and we have pest tests. Okay. Maybe also mention that, yeah, some of you might also use filters to run one test separately. You can use that too. Oh, and I see that I forgot to remove these ones here. You don't need that. So let's remove it. One too many. Damn. You do that again, like that, which is also very nice, I think. If you're using it, then you don't need your description to start with it. In the test runner output, it will add it to the description if you're using it. So the action can approve a link. So let's make it can approve link. If you don't want your test description to start with it, then you can just use test, and then in the test runner, it will just use this. But most of the times I use it here. So now with any luck, we can just do this. The action can approve a link. Not found. Ah, sorry, that which is still in front of it. Let's do it like that. And yeah, now it says the oh, it can approve a link. It should be that. Yeah, it can approve a link. So everything is working correctly now. That is basically all there is to it to get started with Pest. You can see it's not really that difficult. It's just adding a file to your project, and yeah, you can start converting them at your own pace, and all the other tests will still work. Maybe something nice to show as well is that the Pest plugin also takes care of that. PHP Storm understands your tests. So if you would show the structure of a file here, and I think it's here somewhere here. If you don't know file structure, in a normal PHP file, it shows you all of the functions, but in a pest file, it just shows you all of the tests in the file, so you can quickly jump to it. Also, if you're somewhere else here and here, you can just type the name of your file in the search or the name of your test in the search all dialog, so you can quickly jump to that as well. So the integration is already there. Okay, let's see if there are any questions. Hi, Christoph. Welcome. Hey, what does Pest bring over PHP unit? I mean, what are all the advantages of using Pest? So not just simple PHP unit. Well, in my mind, the biggest thing that Pest brings to us is yeah, a better developer experience. So I don't want to I don't want to compare too much to PHPUnit, as PHPUnit is also excellent for running tests. And pure functionally, Pest can't do anything more than PHPUnit does. But the things that it does that with another syntax that I personally think, is more pleasant to use. I've already shown you the expectation API, so it's a much more human way of dealing with things. Something that I also pretty much like about Pest is that the test just feels way more lighter because there's just less boilerplate going on. It's just immediately starting with just your test here. There are also a lot of other niceties. I wasn't prepared to cover this in this video, but let's give you one more example that where I think that Pest is also pretty cool, and that is with data sets. So with PHP unit, you can have a data provider, which is a separate function for your tests, but in Pest, you can just chain on the width here and just have all of your tests here. And it's just a little thing, but for me, what makes Pest is that it takes care of a lot of those little things. And you might say, like, yeah, it's just syntax. But for me, yeah, that syntax is just very important. The simpler that it gets, the better. Um, yeah, the final thing that I want to say about it is that if Pest was a standard, I wouldn't think of going back to PHP or going to PHP unit because it just doesn't give many advantages for me. Um, but yeah, make up your own mind. If you prefer PHP unit, then it's pretty good as well because PHP unit is also great. Yeah, if you want to know more, just go over to the Pest docs and yeah, explore it a little bit more to see if it's something for you. Okay. Let's see. Christophe asked, any Spatie people still prefer default PHP unit? Well, I think most of them still do. I'm trying to push it a little bit. At Spasi, we're not working at much projects at the same time. So currently, the current big project that we're working on started with PHP Unit and probably will stick to that. But I can imagine that for a next project, we'll try out Pest. And personally, I'm going to convert a couple of smaller projects to Pest already, like my own blog, um, like the Spasi homepage. And I'm also thinking about converting our package skeleton for Laravel to immediately just use Pest test because I've used Pest now for the 2 or 3 last packages, and I'm really a fan. That's maybe also something fun that we can do here in the stream is maybe, yeah, start using Pest in a package as well. I haven't prepared that overly, but I was thinking about converting the array test to Pest. And maybe now that you're here, I can try that as well. But we'll see. We'll see if it works. But I haven't prepared this. We'll see. Okay, we're going to do it here as well. So we're going to require Pest. I guess I shouldn't, or I should install the plugin because I want to use those global functions that this one provides. Pest init. I don't know if I should use it, but I think I can just type it manually if PHP Storm would react. So let's just do here a new file, a new PHP file, pest.php. And the only thing you'll do here is actually just saying which base test class that you want to use. So I'm using this one, test case. Which one is it? It's the one from PHPUnit directly. So here is test case, and I want to use that everywhere, like that. Let's see if I could run Pest here now for all our tests, and it's already looking good. 3 failed. Yeah, these are probably things that are written in a snapshot. So the Ray package, it actually has a lot of snapshots here, and in that snapshot, it contains a debug backtrace of where it's called. And now we're not using PHPUnit, but we're using Pest. But I guess that if I just update those snapshots, recompleted, and if I run it all again now, then we should get green. So now in my package, I can also start using Pest. Let's see if there's maybe a little test file that we can convert. Okay, let's start converting this one. So we only have some tests here, no setup methods. So this can be gone. Don't need tests, don't need tests like that. I'm going to maybe first move this to the Pest file. So this is a little helper function. Some of our array tests don't work as well on GitHub Actions. So I'm going to see if we can do it like this. This test mark skipped. I don't know if this is going to work here to skip the test, but we'll see. So I can remove this. Then I can, it are 3 tests, right? 3 tests, yeah. I can just start writing my test here. It's, and then the description function. Here I can open the accolades like that, I guess. Okay, then this can be closed. Still made the same mistake here. I can remove that. That. This one can be done, I guess. Yeah. Okay. Here I can just do this. I don't need the its. Here I can remove this. I can remove the its. And here this. Let's remove the it. Convert these things. So expect settings ports to equal 235. I got that. Expect the settings hosts equal local hosts. That I can convert this to a higher order expectation. I'm going to try that in a minute. Let's see here. It's also an expectation on settings import. So it should be this then. And it should be the other hosts. That the expectation also port and a host. So back to that one. And this should be other hosts. This is the same one, I guess. Oh, wait. Settings one. Yeah. I guess we have settings two then here. Settings two. This. Here I can use my global function, so skip on GitHub Actions. And I can do it here as well. What's here? Split comma, separate the values into multiple lines. No, I think this is better. Follow me about this. Oh, this one. I don't know why it's complaining about this one. It's PHP stun. Yeah, but it's still found it. Okay, let's reformat this all a little bit. Let's see here. Christopher Rumpel, I'm still on the edge. Might switch soon, not sure. Let's see. I think if you're doing something new, Christoph, you should definitely try it, because I think if you'll use it, you'll not go back. And in fact, let's see here. There should, I think, be a quote here somewhere. I wouldn't be surprised if Pest becomes the default test runner in the PHP for the near future. I still think that that's the case. For me, it's not a question if Pest would become the default, but rather when it will become the default. And I've got no insider information about this at all. I say this because the values of Pest are so much aligned with the values of Laravel, just providing better developer experience. That is just a match waiting to happen. Okay, so I've converted this. Let's see if my test still runs. And all my tests run, so this is really working. Let's try to make it break to see if there's something failing. And yeah, you can see here that this fails. Okay. Let's try to make use of a higher order expectation now. And truth be told, I haven't used this feature myself too much, so I hope that I'll get it right. So what you can do here is have one expectation, and then you can have the property here. So expect the port to equal this, and we are going to expect the host to equal something else, to equal localhost. Of course, it should be here. That, and let's just here as a comment. Oh no, let's just remove that. I still have it here. So yeah, this is just an alternative way of writing that. Let's see if I got it right. And sure enough, this still works. So how this works is that this object is being wrapped inside of another class, a sort of dummy expectation class, which if you call something on it, it will reach out for that property, so you can and wrap it so you can put an expectation call on that, and next, you can just keep on chaining it. So this is pretty nice. So, Freek, is your test running in parallel mode? Not yet. In this test suite, I don't think it's that valuable as it already runs in 2 seconds. Normally, it's uh, in a normal project, parallel testing would just run, but I'm not going to test it out now. I'm going to test it out later and create a video out of that I'll use in the course. Okay, I think that is everything that I wanted to show you. Yeah, it's a little bit of a smaller stream as usual. I think you can blame Pest for that because it's just so easy to start using Pest. Just follow the installation instructions. It's just installing a composer package, adding a file to your test, and then you can just start converting PHP unit tests to Pest test at your own pace. I really like this approach. It's one of the things that Nuno made a good decision out from the start, just to build Pest onto PHP unit so you have full backwards compatibility. Okay, I think that is all that I have for you. If you want to know more about Pest, also check out the Pest documentation, of course, and also take a look at the upcoming course that we're creating. It will also have some information how to convert Pest or how to convert PHP unit tests to Pest. I think it will basically be the best course, or maybe the only course that shows you how to test with Pest. So I'm really excited about this. We'll launch in less than a week now. So that is everything that I got for you. Let's see if there are any questions. And I think we're out of questions. So that's good. Thanks all for watching, and I'll see you the next time. Bye bye.